hopefully get within about 200 meters or so, and then we'll start to slow this thing down. Open this back up. Still can't select it, which is a hassle. Get down to maybe 1.5 meters a second here. Don't have any idea what way this thing is facing. Slow down about like that. Get facing this thing. And let's oh, there we go. Set as target. Switch to the other one. Let's actually set this thing as target, really. So we can get this thing facing the right way. Oops. SAS off. Hold there. Because, sucker, you're about to be docked. Okay, so we'll switch back now. And set as target. There we go. And let's start let's SAS off, RCS on. Try to keep this thing targeted. Keep an eye on our propellant. Controlling them from this front port changes a lot of stuff as far as the directions things are. Make sure this thing is facing the right way. It's holding about right. Let's have it sit in position a little better, and we'll switch back. Reset our target here, and get this thing back on. A little hard to see. RCS back on here. Coming into dock now. Less than 100 meters. Things are looking relatively straight at this point. We seem to be a little off, but I think it's going to be okay. Within a respectable area. Let's RCS off and SAS on here for a second. To turn the RCS back on while we're doing this and do a bit of push towards. Getting going about 1 meter a second here. Just so this, because we're pretty lined up at this point, we just need to get there. 50 meters and counting. Looking pretty straight. Down to about 20 or so, and I'll start to slow this down. 20 meters. Can't read how many meters now because that color isn't very good. I think 10 now. SAS off. Oh, that didn't go quite as well as it could have gone there. Came in a little wrong. Let's switch over to the other thing real quick. Set this as target and line this back up. Luckily we didn't hit, we were going pretty slow, so it didn't set us off too much. Set this as target and line that up. RCS on, throttle forward ever so slightly. Let's there we go. Switch to the other ship and turn its SAS off. And there we go. A little bumpy, but I got it. That's all that matters. Let's SAS on here for a second. Get the whole thing in general stable. We don't want to hold it on because it will rip it apart, as we all know. So we are now, we're synced up. So I've proven the fact that I have learned how to do this better. It only took me like an hour, but it did get done. You won't be seeing the full hour, I'll be cutting some of that out, but now to get these guys out. So there's our hatch. Now I'm not sure, let's see, which one of these guys, Herky, that's the guy that we sent up. So we need to send these other guys on an EVA and get them somewhere in here. We'll probably put them in this front capsule, just so we'll have this one full first. So Bill Kerman, let's put you out on an EVA. Let's hope we don't lose a guy in space here. Looks like we can, for the most part, go straight forward on this. And get him in here. Board. No problem. And let's see. We need Jebediah, one of the original Kermans. And get him sent across as well. And F. And get him boarded. There we go. So we got everybody in this capsule here. And nobody in this one here. Not enough crew. But that's fine. Since this has gone all according to plan, we will hopefully, let's see, before we have plenty of battery here, which is good. This thing has sustained a little bit of damage. We'll extend this panel, not that it should matter too much. Its fuel is all in the xenon, so it's basically at this point all up to this probe. It has no propellant, so we will do it a little bit of a favor and give it enough to actually no, we won't. It doesn't need it. No, these ships are so light it won't need any. So we will decouple from here, and let's see if we have control over this as planned. Yep, looks like it. Perfect. So we're in control with this unmanned probe thing. So what we'll do is we'll go back to our other ship here, turn our RCS on, and we will jettison away, just so we don't like hit the solar panel or anything like that. There we go. Give it plenty of room, and put our SAS back on. Let that stabilize there. So we'll get back in this, and it's time to deorbit this thing. This ship no longer has any use. I've determined that they're just unstable as ships. I will be designing something that will take their place instead. But for now, it's basically we're just getting rid of this. And best way to do that is send it back into orbit. So we will be retro-burning. It'll probably take a while because of these engines. They're not powerful. But what are you going to do, right? Okay, so check our map here and put this on full burn. And like I said, it's going to take a long time. You know, these engines are not very powerful. But I am retro burning, right? Yes. Wait, am I? I think I'm speeding up. That's retro burn, right? Wait. Why am I so confused? It's hard to tell. Okay, I think it's backwards because the way I designed this ship. I'm not sure. It seems like it's backwards because this is showing that we're burning forward, but it's slowing us down. You can tell because our orbit is getting smaller over here. So, and this should fly past us here in a second. On the plus, this has given us a good space in between us, so we're not going to hit. And like I said, this is going to take a while. Let's see, we can switch back to the other ship, so we'll let that take care of itself for now. As long as it comes back into the atmosphere, it's fine. So our next goal is to get back and meet up with this one. I'm not sure I'm going to do that at this point, because we do need to essentially go backwards. And our closest orbit right now is going to be 42, 41. Looks like we're getting closer, but it's going to take a lot of orbits to get close enough. So I'll probably adjust our orbit ever so slightly. I think we want to slow down so it can catch up, because it doesn't have that far to catch up. Let's see how this is doing. I think it cut the engines off whenever I changed. Oops, don't want to time warp. Let's check the map, and we'll throw this thing back up. And see about getting this out of the atmosphere. Oh, I think what happened was we ran out of power. That's fine. It's expected with these engines. They run purely off of xenon gas and let's see, which we have plenty of, and they require a lot of electricity. So we burn through all of our electricity. We have our solar panel out, so it's fine. Once it gets back in the light, it will be able to charge back up and continue on. But in the meantime, it just doesn't have any power. Those engines burn a lot of electrical energy. That's why I have these big panels on. So, oops, I can't speed up. I can't throttle down, but I can change ships. Let's see about... I keep pressing that instead of map. Let's see about rendezvousing with this. No. No. I want to set as target. Thank you. And we want to maybe, let's see, let's face a direction here and see if we can't think of something. If we burn, let's see, which way do we want to burn? I guess we just want to burn straight forward here. There we go. Let's see. Doing alright on fuel and stuff, so... Oh yeah, that's right. I disabled my engine to prevent me from screwing up. Oh, this is to the target. That was almost a mistake, too. Activate engine. And we want to do it in comparison to our orbit. We'll actually turn these lights off for right now. We don't need them. And let's reposition again. I think this way... Oh, it's off an angle like this. So we want to go over here. And give a little bit of a burn. See if we can't get this one over here relatively close. $28. 26, 22, 19, 15, 10, 6 kilometers, 3.4. So that's 0.3 kilometers apart. Now that's pretty stinking close, don't you think? And from there I'll slow down. If I can get it to 0 when I'm here, then I think that should mean that I should stay about 0.3 the whole way around, and from there I can definitely do my maneuvers. So I'm going to quick save again. Haven't made a mistake yet, so I haven't had to go back, but better safe than sorry. Now that we're in a proper, we're going to be in a good orbit here. Let's fast forward. Once we get in the lit side again, I'll take over that one ship and see if I can't continue to deorbit it. So we'll speed up a little more. There we go. Back in the light. Probably too far away from that ship at this point to, yeah, I can't warp to it like that. So let's, I don't know how I can maybe switch to it from here, but let's, go to the Space Center and take it over like this. Let's see. We want so this. It's not that. It's this one. Okay. So we'll take over this. See what we can't do about getting it out of orbit. Electric charge hasn't actually powered up. There we go. Charging those batteries now. Get back into the right kind of burn. I think why I'm backwards is because I'm controlling from this. I want to control from here. There we go. Yeah, that's why I was needing to burn backwards, is because it's controlling from the front of this, I think, which was on the ship backwards in comparison to the other ship it was on. If that makes any sense. So we want to burn this way. As we can see, as we're using this engine, it's just using our electric power as fast as we're getting it. So let's see. I want to slow down. That's actually going to be dropping this other side quite quicker than this side, but that's fine. Doesn't matter what side it goes down in, just as long as it goes down. I want to try to be gaining more power than I'm using, but still use my engines. That way, in case we have to continue from the dark side, we will have the power to do it. And we don't want to run out of this gas, but I don't think we will. We have plenty of it. And this is dropping down pretty quick. So, let's, can we see? Yep, there's that still. And there's the other one. 51, almost 52 kilometers away, or no, it is 52 kilometers away. Let me take a drink of water, because I've been talking for an hour and 40-ish minutes. Like I said, I'll probably be cutting out some of the parts where I'm trying to rendezvous for your convenience. There's no reason to watch all that. Slowly going down. Let's actually... Oops, not that. Get this more facing the retrograde position so we're more efficient. I want to just go full throttle on it, but we'll use up all of our power. We're not getting much. If you watched my last video where I was doing my whole docking thing, and I talked about, or during the post-commentary, you would have seen... Actually, it wasn't even the ship. I don't know what happened to this one. On the other one, the one that's docked, no, it was this one. I actually knocked off one of the solar panels, and I had the video of that on my post-commentary. So you can see me knock off that panel as I'm trying to move into dock with that other thing. I'm getting like 17 emails. So, yay. That was my phone. Oops. Back this way. Oh. My fingers were on the wrong keys there. So no wonder I was controlling that all wrong. Let's check the map, see what this is doing. Now hold on. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Let's actually just go full throttle on this for a second and see what we can do with the power we have. You'll see it just eats up this power like nothing. If I had two of these panels, I think I could just go full throttle and I'd still be getting power. But that's not the case. We need to get this below... Let's see, what is it? It needs to go below 70 for sure. I'll go until we run out of power, and then I'll cut this completely off and let it charge up. Yeah, we're out of power at this point. And we're not getting full sun exposure either, so let's see if we can't rotate a bit and get more power. Sun exposure 97. Where's the sun? 99. That's about as good as it gets. Energy flow 17. Some of the power is being used up by the actual... Oh, what? The lights are on. So that's not helping. Some of the power is being used up by the actual robot thing. And some of it was being used up by that light I didn't realize was on. So, yeah. We're getting almost 12 units of power a second. Let's try, let's reposition ourselves again. About there. And let's power this thing up. Full power. See if we can't drop this down more. Like I said, these engines are very slow, but they're good because they last a long time, and if you have them just on like shuttles that are just going to be used in space, they're really good for short distance stuff. So as long as you have gas, which the gas lasts a long time, and if you start to run out, you can just send up a ship and refuel it. So I plan to have several ships kind of like this that I use for various things. Looks like we might... No, it looks like we're going to have to charge once more, so I might speed up. Okay, I did a little bit of fast forwarding there, and got the power back that we needed. Let's full throttle this thing and send this thing into the ground. We definitely have the power to do it now. So this first part of the mission was a success. I'll actually take a moment to get my notepad here where I wrote down my mission and mark off some of this stuff. We docked, we transferred crew, we undocked the probe, and let's see, and we're deorbiting. So that's the first two parts of my mission done. Like I said, this is going to be a long mission. Now these other two have until about over here somewhere, until I start to try to dock them. I think somewhere along through here. So while this thing is crashing, we'll be attempting to get in position to dock. We're definitely in the atmosphere now, so it'll definitely be slowing down from running through the atmosphere. If we stop around 30 or so, we might actually be able to watch it as it's burning in the atmosphere and then see it make it back out. But we're not going to do that. We just want to crash it. Don't want to do any fancy stuff with re-entry. I think you can do maneuvers like that and do things like, what are they called? Gravity braking, where you come around a planet, run through its atmosphere to slow yourself down and come out the other side to change your trajectory. Trajectory, that's a hard word for me to say. Keep pushing this thing down. If we get to 45, I think I'll be pretty happy. I don't know that it'll come down from that. I think it'll actually make it back out of orbit at that speed. But I want to have it charge up a little bit before we go. And I also want to bring in my solar panel before I get into the dark side in case... yeah, I'm going to hold it there. In case it does get through, I can go back on and put out my panel and try again. Because if I have my panel out, it's going to rip it up through the atmosphere, so... Getting 0.99 sun exposure, so we can't charge any faster than this. We'll wait a little bit. And I think we're hitting the atmosphere now, yeah. So I'm going to put this up so we don't damage it. And I think we're going to jump back to our other ships now and see what they're doing. I'm going to turn the SAS off as well.